Hey, everybody, it's Alex Miller at Capcan here. If you're interested in AI or in business and finance news generally, you're probably going to see some chatter this week about NVIDIA. And the reason is that NVIDIA is reporting its earnings tomorrow, and they're probably also going to officially release some other information about how things are going. This is, of course, something that all public companies do, but NVIDIA gets watched very, very closely for a lot of reasons, and I'm going to outline them here. There's a lot of people with high hopes for AI, and it intersects a lot of things that are not obviously purely about AI. And NVIDIA broadly is a kind of rune of hard information that you can guess at a lot of other squishier things by examining. And once again, because people have high hopes for AI, and I guess because there's a lot of hype, people are really eager to get some kind of hard number about what's going on. So starting with just the raw earnings numbers, there's a lot of AI stuff going on out there that is not really making money. So OpenAI, for example, is losing lots of money all the time, providing the tools that they provide. And so the question is, if AI is supposed to be an economic thing, and this is to some degree how the Wall Street crowd, economic policy crowd looks at it, it can't be true that it's just setting money on fire forever. It should someday be profitable, right? And NVIDIA is one of not very many places that AI is making dollars and cents in a way your grandfather's capitalism would recognize. The coolest new models tend to require cool new chips. NVIDIA is a leading provider of this kind of thing. And they've been making tons of money at fat margins, selling lots of AI chips to underwrite all the other high-tech AI stuff that's been making us thrilled, but also losing lots of money elsewhere. So you could say that NVIDIA is a great canary in the coal mine of the AI economy. If we live in some AI maximalist world, we should expect NVIDIA to keep going to the moon for a while. If we're looking at AI winter, heaven forbid, maybe this is all a fad and we move on. At some point, NVIDIA's stock is going to collapse. Another thing NVIDIA is going to talk about with a lot of other interesting intersections is their R&D. How's it going manufacturing chips they've already designed? What kind of exciting new chips are they designing, and what do they do? When are they supposed to come online? There's a lot of conversation lately in the geopolitical world of should the government try to protect production of these kinds of chips, knowledge of production of these kinds of chips, because maybe if you can build a fence around those chips, you can also control AI more broadly. And maybe that's something you want to do. Maybe you're scared someone else will do it. NVIDIA, once again, is a kind of canary in the coal mine that's going to provide some hard information about this project and how viable it is. A lot of why NVIDIA has been successful as a business is they have a wide lead in R&D in important classes of chips for AI. If they always come back to these calls and say, we're just doing so great on the R&D front, manufacturing newer, better chips no one's ever heard of, that's an indication that maybe you can have some kind of strategy about just running away from people in chip R&D. If NVIDIA seems to be hitting a wall in making cooler new chips, and to some degree there are constraints here that come from nature, and not just did we invest enough money, are we smart enough? Well, I mean, that's a sign that it's an illusion that the current lead in chips might not be it's an illusion that it's a super big deal and there's going to be other AI innovation on other avenues and it's just not going to be as important. in the long term. Looking at the stock market more broadly, it's real high, and it's been led by not that many tech stocks to be real high, which is unfortunately generally a bad sign. So there's this rally that a lot of people look at as being fueled primarily by optimism about what AI could do for businesses, both directly selling the AI and hopefully producing productivity gains at other companies. And NVIDIA is a key company that has this hype and expectations on its shoulders. If NVIDIA has a really ugly earnings call and it tanks, people might start turning on smaller, more highly valued relative to earnings AI companies. And just generally, this earnings call is going to do a lot to add to the mood. So I just want to bring this all together. NVIDIA is much discussed because it provides some hard information about a couple of narratives that are a really big deal in other theaters of life. One, what way is the world of finance going to go? What's the stock market going to do? AI is really important for these things at this point. And then also, there's a geopolitical conversation about restricting technology. What gets produced where? What can be done to move the needle to change these things if we don't like them? And information about NVIDIA's R&D is really important to that conversation as well. Closing thoughts, I don't want to give financial advice, so let me be careful here. NVIDIA is very highly valued, so I think there is broad agreement that they have to say really cool stuff is going on to just kind of stay where they are. But we'll see. These things are uncertain. And once again, there's a couple variables in play. So these things are widely watched because they're interesting and important. I hope this video, if you didn't quite understand the reasons why you might care, now you do and you're having more fun. We'll see you tomorrow.